Hello, it's Professor Ford here, and I'm with Coach Josh. And today, we're going to introduce, show you, and demonstrate the new Clorox 360 electrostatic disinfecting machine. So we're in an office setting today, and we're going to show you just how effective this is, how quick and easy it is to use for disinfecting. Now imagine if you had a large area and you had to do multiple offices, or you had to disinfect out in the plant or in a school environment or any business. We're going to show you just how quickly you can do this. So I'm going to let Coach Josh explain to you and demonstrate for you how to use this equipment. Coach Josh?
Thank you. As Coach Ford mentioned, this is an electrostatic disinfection machine. Now, the difference between an electrostatic charge and a pump sprayer or a bottle with a trigger sprayer on it is this is going to be have an advanced propulsion behind each layer of disinfectant chemical that's coming out that will enable it not only to reach a touchable surface from 5 to 6 feet away, but it will envelop that because of the way that it's charged. If you have a standard pump sprayer or a bottle and trigger sprayer, and if I'm standing right here and I'm spraying at that doorknob, there may be a few particles that'll reach that, but the vast majority of that is being overtaken by gravity and it's coming to the ground. Whereas if you got chemical, water, whatever, that's electrostatically charged, that is going to be propelled and go straight out, and it'll go quite a distance before it'll want to fall. And when it meets an object in its path, it hits it and it envelops it and wraps completely around. That's going to give you a maximum coverage possible with the least amount of chemical. Whereas if you are disinfecting this entire room with a pump sprayer, with a bottle and trigger, you're going to have to get a lot closer to what you're spraying. You're not going to get any enveloping action. So if you have an object where you can get 360 degrees around it, you are going to have to disinfect all 360 degrees instead of standing straight and getting a complete enveloping of that, which you would get with this. So it's a lot more time efficient. Also, it takes a lot less. In these type of environments here, you want like this little conference call thing on the table, this television on the back wall, any computers, things like that. Those items need to be disinfected. It's critical. It's got to happen. But with traditional methods, you run into two issues. Number one, you're being real tentative around it, which you should be if you just got a spray bottle or something like that. So you may not get appropriate coverage, or you get too much coverage. You get things too wet, you get things smeared, you can risk damaging those electronics. So this is an absolute kingpin type of setup for being in an office environment. But without further ado, I'm going to get my PPE all settled in and fire this up and show you exactly how fast we can have this office room, conference room disinfected.
Very good. Now, Coach Josh, what's the kill time on this equipment disinfecting?
And I'm assuming you're wanting to know about the human coronavirus or COVID-19. That will be a 2-minute kill time with this particular chemical here. This particular chemical is simply just called Total 360 Disinfectant Cleaner. Clorox is the brand, but this is not bleach, nor is it a bleach base. This is a quaternary based disinfectant. Quaternary based disinfectants are very popular throughout the industry and have proven to be very, very effective against the human coronavirus. The different quaternary disinfectants have different dwell times for their effectiveness against viruses. This particular one, like I said, is 2 minutes.
What I like about this equipment is it's on 4 casters, so you can easily maneuver it, turn it around. It's got a nice handle here. Your gun is right here that makes it easy to use, and your chemical is right here. So before we start this, we want to make sure you have on your PPE. So we've got Tyvek vests on with shoe covers. We have gloves, safety glasses, and a face mask.
So I start here. This is a pretty simple connection that we have here. We have a cap that's attached to our hose here that takes chemical in from here. We've also got a internal cap system that's got a thick straw with it, and it'll mate right there, so it'll pull the chemical out. One thing we always need to do before we start usage is a process called priming. So just hit this button here to ensure I'm getting chemical out of there and into the machine. That way there's no delay. I'm getting it as soon as I go. That should be sufficient. And I'm going to start right here. And as I said in my introduction, about that magical distance is about 5 to 6 feet. If you get much closer than that, you really got to whip it quickly. Because if you're seeing visibly wet areas, especially if it's dripping, you've gotten too close and you've applied too much chemical. Which means you'll probably have to go back and wipe because of streaks and things. Our goal is to have a completely clean application that isn't very visible, that's going to dry quickly and not cause any damages or need wiped. So
Now, Coach Josh, I'd like to point out one thing, and that is if you have any food items, or if you have any cups, utensils, glasses, everything needs to be turned upside down so that the disinfectant doesn't fall on that. But as you can see, we've got everything turned upside down and protected here. So,
all right, I'm going to start with this door right here.
now notice the fine mist that comes out. What's nice about this is that this mist will land on the surfaces and it will cling to it. And within a matter of 5 minutes, the droplets from this mist will evaporate, and you'll be able to use this area within 10 minutes after it's been disinfected. You can see how quickly it goes. So instead of having to pull every chair out and cover all the surfaces, the disinfectant will cover everything. Normally you want to go 6 to 8 feet high, and you want to focus on the touch points, which would be your doorknobs, your window ledges, your tables, countertops, chairs.
And that's a wrap.
And you can see just how quickly we did one small room. So imagine, if you will, if you had multiple rooms, how quickly you could go through this. It's a real time saver. Any final comments, Coach Josh?
Yeah, I'll just piggyback off of what he just said as far as being a time saver. You know, if you're a business owner and during these times you're fighting to keep your business open, maybe you've been closed, maybe you want to help patrons of your business or employees of your business feel safe and things, it's a guarantee that if you do have a confirmed infection or an individual that had a COVID-19 infection and they were on your premises, this is absolutely the way to go to give the all clear while your building is shut down. It will get you open faster, especially in very large areas where you have got to be open, but yet it's time sensitive. You can't afford to be closed for too long. This is the way to do it. It requires a lot less people on site to get this done, and it's much faster. This is a room that with traditional spray and wipe methods easily could have taken 30 minutes. And that's not spraying the microfiber towel and just wiping, but actually spraying and giving adequate dwell time before wiping. You're looking at about 30 minutes. You know, you take a medium-sized office building, multiply the size of this room by 10, and you could see where it's a very time-consuming process. Where this comes in, not only cuts that time way down, but it's got so much more efficient and effective coverage. And if you look at the television, microwave, coffee maker, I sprayed all of this, all these electronic things. You can't even tell they were sprayed. But yet if we were to take turn the lights off in here and take a black light to any of those electronics, you notice a full coating going all the way across it. But to our naked eyes, we can't even tell. So it's a very non-intrusive process as well. So in terms of major disinfecting, I couldn't imagine using anything else.
Thanks for watching. This is Professor Ford and Coach Mahoney asking you, is it clean?